And welcome into Warrior Ice Arena, the home of the NWHL Boston Pride, getting set for their first preseason contest here tonight against Team Russia in the NWHL Summit Series. Welcome into year 3 of the National Women's Hockey League. I'm Marissa Ingemi, bringing you play-by-play of the Boston Pride this season. And as you can see, a new look for the Boston Pride, new logo here in year 3, donning the all-black uniforms after wearing white and gold the past few years. This will be one of 2 preseason games between the Pride and Team Russia. Russia's already faced Connecticut, New York, and Buffalo. And Buffalo played another team that's not Russia. Russia only playing against Boston, New York, and Connecticut. We're a few moments away from puck drop, but the big news here tonight for the Pride, free agent acquisition, Haley Skarupa signing just before the game today, and she's out on the ice and starting tonight. They're announcing starting lineups now. For the Pride on defense, they'll have Lexi Bender and Alyssa Gagliardi. Brittany Ott will be in net tonight. The forward line is that top line. Haley Skarupa along with Dana Trivigno, another free agent acquisition from the Connecticut Whale earlier in the offseason, and Emily Field will be centering that line. This is a new look Pride team after a few players away, with Team USA getting ready for their Olympic campaign. So no Hillary Knight, no Megan Duggan, Alex Carpenter, Brianna Decker, but plenty of other acquisitions for the Pride in the offseason. Sydney Daniels, a rookie out of Harvard, centering that fourth line tonight. We'll see 4 full lines. During the regular season there are 3, but we'll see 4 as the Pride try to get their forward depth in order. Kalia Johnson, acquisition in the offseason as well on defense. Elizabeth Parker, defender and a sister of Mary Parker. Mary Parker out of Boston University, played in only 2 games last season, so Elizabeth joining her as a defender this season. Paige Savage, the rookie out of Northeastern. She appears to be on that 3rd line to start out at least tonight. Corey Stearns, another acquisition on that 4th line tonight. Janine Weber, an acquisition from New York. Marissa Gedman in the lineup tonight as well. Looks like she'll see a lot more playing time than last season, with Casey Bellamy, Gigi Marvin, and Blake Bolden no longer with the team. Paige Harrington, another acquisition from Buffalo. She'll be in the lineup tonight. Megan Mangine, they're experimenting with her at forward and at defense. Heather Schwartz, also a free agent acquisition, former Syracuse skater. So we will get you the full warm-up lines from the Pride shortly, but first we're going to head to the national anthems and be right back after that. Just moments away now from puck drop on the Pride's first preseason game, 1 out of 2. They'll be back here on Saturday night against the same team, Russia. Mentioning this Pride team is a new look roster in more ways than one. First of all, the new jerseys, the new logo, new look for the Pride, and then on the ice mentioned a few of their acquisitions earlier on, right before the anthems. New number for Jillian Dempsey as well, who appears to be centering that second line tonight. A number switch from number 3 to number 14. And we mentioned the starting lineup with at defense Lexi Bender and Alyssa Gagliardi. At forward line, Haley Skarupa, along with Emily Field and Dana Trivigno. The rest of those lines appear to be from the warm-ups. Jordan Smelker, who was on wing on that top line last season alongside Jillian Dempsey and Mary Parker. Second line consisting of Janine Weber, Heather Schwartz, and Sydney Daniels. And at fourth forward line, Catherine Tomaselli alongside Corey Stearns and Paige Savage. So it will be interesting to see some of these rookies. Daniels was instrumental to Harvard's offense last season. Her teammate Brianna Lang, goaltender, might get some action tonight. It'll be Brittany Ott starting. The third goalie on the Pride roster tonight, Madison Litchfield, out of Vermont. Savage, the other rookie we mentioned, out of Northeastern, and she was part of a fabulous Huskies offense last season that led Northeastern into the Hockey East playoffs. And Haley Skarupa now involved as well. We'll take a look at Skarupa on this opening draw as well. She is at the right wing. Trivigno taking the draw, and we are underway. Pride win the draw, and it gets sent back into the defense. It'll be Marissa Gedman going to get it, along with Lexi Bender playing there as well. Gedman tried to chip it in behind the net. It's played by Russia, and Gedman will come up with it. Emily Field looking for the breakout pass, and it is knocked down by Diana Kaniva and sent back into the Russia zone. Field back to get it into corner, down to Trivigno, can't control it, and Russia will finally get it out. Up ice, it's Olga Sosina, and her shot looked to have clipped Ott's glove hand, and the puck played back into the corner. Bender looking to come out with it, and she does. Lexi Bender will have a big role on this Pride defense this season. Not many returners on that Pride defense now as Field tried to play it in. Long opening shift for this top lines group is going back to the bench as Russia trying to break out once again. It's Durkachayova, and her shot gets blocked away and into the corner. Boston fighting for it. Russia comes up with it. Skating behind the net and into the defense. Now this shot gets blocked away. That shot coming from Liana Ganiva. And Ganiva trying to play it in once more. It's on the boards, and Field still out on the ice trying to poke it out. And it gets out, but Russia trying to force it back in again. It's Anna Shakina who's able to get it in, but Boston trying to force it out. Elizabeth Parker, dangerous pass, but gets it beyond the blue line to her sister Mary Parker. Parker chips it in. Smelker there going to retrieve it, but rushes back to get it. Ganiva trying to push it out, and Dempsey gets a stick on it. Puck stays in and blasted in behind the cage, and Ganiva tries to get it out once more. Megan Mangine aggressive, but Russians able to get it out. Diapina got it out, but now back into the zone for Smelker. Smelker, nice stick handle, but it gets poked away into the boards. Mangine back to get it to Smelker, off balance, and it's finally poked away, and getting it out is Krista Yakova. Back on the blue line, trying to catch Russia on a bad change, and Daniels trying to carry it in, and it gets taken away from her by Sharabanova, and it goes back into that Boston blue line. Mangine over to Johnson. Back to the red line. Daniels not able to quite get that puck away, and it's floated in by Russia. Johnson back to get it, and Schwartz trying to play it out a bit slow with it, and it's kept in by Russia, that time by Shibanova. Mangine, a former Connecticut Whale member, trying to get it out. A lot of back pressure coming from Kaniva. Daniels trying to move it forward, and Russia almost able to carry it into the slot. Kaniva trying to get some traction now onto the blue line. Shot gets in on Ott, and she makes the glove save. Shot coming from Galina Skiba on the blue line. So far, Russia playing aggressive. Boston having a couple of opportunities down the other end of the ice with Smelker and Daniels, but can't get quite a clean look just yet. So we'll get a face-off to the right of Brittany Ott. And Russia wins that one. Back onto the blue line for Geneva, and her shot gets blocked away, and Lexi Bender can play it. She pokes it, trying to connect with Paige Harrington. Another one of the acquisitions coming from the Isabel Cup champion Buffalo Buttes. Bender will try to control things from behind the net and just settle things down on the wall now. Skarupa tries to poke it out. Russia able to keep it in again for a moment, and it squibbles back out near the red line. Both teams battling, no one having any extended puck possession. Now Tomaselli had some space, but not able to get it past the Russians. Blast from Harrington, pad save into the corner. Excellent save coming from the Russian goalie, Morozova. Russia trying to get a breakout, can't quite get it as Tomaselli passes it behind her for Harrington. Field trying to break in. And it's sent into the circle and played by Russia once again as Nikoleva. Russia can't connect, taking a tumble. Appeared to be Trivigno, and now Skarupa trying to get it in along that wall. Russia trying to poke it out. Pride are playing at Skarupa with a pass over to Field. Field falling to her knees into corner over to Skarupa. Puck still pinned in. Now Skarupa into the slot, and Gagliardi not able to get a stick on it. It trickles back to Skarupa, trying to get it in front. Now Gagliardi fakes the shot over top of the circle. That one looked to have gotten blocked away before it got on to Morozova. Gagliardi again looking for a deflection in front. Instead, it hits off of Duyapina. Now Parker, her shot gets blocked away. Nice sliding attempt coming from Mitrofanova. Geneva carrying it across now on her own, waiting for her trailing forwards. It's played behind the net by Sosina. Sosina contending with a couple members of the Pride right there with Trivigno and Parker. And it's finally played by Shibanova. Shibanova up top trying to backhand it back in. Trivigno waving one stick at her, a one-handed attempt at her with her stick. Parker finally to Skarupa. Nice move to get it out. Haley Skarupa, and just barely onside with Jordan Smelker right next to her. Pride looking to get some extended zone time, and it's sent out. Johnson chasing after it, and that might end up icing, and no, it won't. Johnson leaves it behind her for the trailing Dempsey. Jillian Dempsey, and it's poked in before it can be an icing. Looks like Morozova might have thought it might become an icing, but the Pride actually win that battle to the puck. Smelker in front, shot by Mangine. Once again, Mangine, and saved by Morozova. Megan Mangine, who they're experimenting with at forward and defense, down low, and now Russia had the breakout attempt. That's Sharateva trying to play the puck, and the Pride defense got back there quickly. It looked like it might have been an odd player rush for Team Russia, but now Boston looking to get some movement. It's Mary Parker. Pass attempt and just blocked away. Would have been a nice attempt from Jillian Dempsey, but the Russian defense gets in between the pass. Looking for another breakout. Would have been offside. The Pride defense quick to get back there once again as Schwartz plays it back for Bender. Schwartz behind the net once again. Now it got past Harrington. Now the shot deflected, and Ott has to make the save. Awkward shot coming from Krysyatova. And deflected, not the way she wanted it to, but it still bounces in, and Ott has to make the pad save. Sliding across the ice on the shot attempt once again, coming from Kisyakova. And it would have been offside for the Pride, so the puck trickles back out for Heather Schwartz. Harrington trying to connect, and it's sent back behind Morozova. She was trying to connect there with Janine Weber. Bit of a quiet, really solid acquisition for the Pride this offseason. Janine Weber had a fabulous season with New York last year. The Pride offense doesn't seem to have skipped much of a beat with the loss of some of the best players in the league. Now it's Gagliardi trying to get it out. Skiba was able to keep it in front now. Backhand attempt, save made by Ott, and Gedman able to get it out. Belyakova with a nice opportunity. Now a one-timer from the top of the circle into slot, and it goes just wide. That shot from Sosina once again has been all over the ice. Gagliardi finally get to try to calm things down. Ott has to poke it away before Cecina can get it into slot. Chase after by Kaniva. Now onto the blue line, backhanded back in, and it finally trickles out. So heavy pressure against the Pride. Russia putting it on. Getting a couple of nice opportunities early. And that one might be icing as Russia was looking to go for a change, and they won't be able to now. So the Pride will get an offensive zone face-off right in front of Morozova, one of 3 goalies on the Russian roster, alongside Valeria Tarakanova and Maria Sorokina. Trivigno taking this draw with Field and Skarupa there. Mangine back on the defense along with Elizabeth Parker. Skarupa, as spinning around, Trivigno didn't have the angle for a shot attempt. Field twists around over to Skarupa. It pops up in the air and it's gloved down by Skiba. Puck back into neutral zone. Just barely onside for the Pride. Once again, Trivigno racing for it. And it'll instead be played by Pirogova. Mangine able to keep it in. Skarupa looking to get it between the hash marks, but it's taken away by Pirogova. Pirogova with it now. The stretch pass across the blue line. And Harrington will go back to get it. Such a different looking Pride defense this season with Harrington there. And these aren't rookies, these are league veterans as a part of the Pride roster this season on that blue line. Makes some of the losses I've mentioned earlier, Bellamy and Marvin and Bolden, it makes it a lot better. Smelker now chips it into Dempsey. Dempsey looking to create some space, and it's poked away before she can get some room. Russia trying to get it out, but a slew of sticks are there, and finally they are able to get it out. Chased back and retrieved by Nikoleva. Trying to get a clean clear, and they cannot. Offside, though, Harrington plays the puck beyond the blue line, so we'll get another face-off. 10:14 to go in the opening period of the first preseason game for the Boston Pride. Seeing a lot of new faces in action here tonight. Here's a familiar face in Jillian Dempsey taking this draw back to Bender. Bender connects with Dempsey, but can't get it around the body of Shibanova. Shibanova now, as Russia will try to get it out once more, and they're able to, and it goes to that neutral zone logo. Bender across her body to Parker, and now would have been offside. Seeing the speed of the Pride tonight, and it's causing some potential offside. Shot in front, and Ott will be forced to cover it up. Once again, that was Belyakova, who's been all over the place offensively for Russia. So we'll hit our first media timeout now. It's 9:44 to go. Belyakova and Kaniva, 2 of the players who have been electric so far for Team Russia, but just mentioning the speed of the Pride, and they really haven't missed a beat despite losing some of the best players in the world. Mentioned Hillary Knight, Brianna Decker, Alex Carpenter, Megan Duggan. Mentioned the bulk of the defense core is gone. So this defense looks almost entirely different, with Lexi Bender, Alyssa Gagliardi, and Marissa Gedman some of the only holdovers. Elizabeth Parker had a nice open camp in the late spring, early summer, earned herself a roster spot with the Pride. Talia Johnson, excellent defender, joining Boston this season. Megan Mangine, we've seen her playing down low. We've seen her at the blue line. She caused all sorts of trouble for Boston last season as well. She was a standout when Connecticut played the Pride. Then, of course, Paige Harrington, who one of the most solid defenders in the league, has an incredible shot, one of the hardest in the NWHL. So they're saying the rich get richer, and the Pride, despite they've had one of the best rosters in the league the past 2 seasons, and they lost the bulk of it, and they still have so many excellent players in this group. So back in action now, and Janine Weber, another one of those acquisitions, wins the draw back to Parker. Parker's pass trying to bounce it off the wall to Daniels, but it's played by Russia. That was Sharativa. Russia backhands it in, and Gagliardi back to get it. Across the blue line and the red line. just trying to stay on sides. This time Gagliardi able to poke it in, but it goes right onto the stick of Shakina. Pride trying to charge in. It's Gagliardi taking control of it on her own, trying to connect with Weber into slot. Now it's there, and a shot save made by Morozova. Looked like that was Heather Schwartz who got in there and able to get that backhand attempt on net. It'll force a face-off to the left of Nadija Morozova. Corey Stearns taking this face-off, making her first appearance in a Pride uniform. Backhand to try to keep it in to Johnson. Stearns now trying to keep control of the puck. Connecting with Catherine Tomaselli, a practice player on last year's roster. Tomaselli able to keep it in, trying to get it over to Johnson. It hits off of her stick and goes into the corner. Weber and Tomaselli both there trying to get it out, and Stearns finally able to get to it. Over to Tomaselli. It bounces over her stick and will be carried out by Kisyakova. Carried across, trying to connect in that slot, and they can't. It's picked up, though, by Malyavako. Shot from the side of the circle goes wide, whistling past Brittany Ott. And Tomaselli, some nice stick work to get it out of there. Tomaselli will just force it in as Boston goes off for the change. Harrington, Trevino on the ice along with Fields, Garupa, and Bender. So back to that starting lineup as Bender will try to push it across into the neutral zone. And some space to work for Skarupa. Haley Skarupa, her shot, save made. She picked up her own rebound. Morozova didn't see it for a moment, but her defense was able to get it out before there was any danger. Belyakova is stopped at the red line, but it's picked up immediately by Sosina. Belyakova chasing after it. Bender able to spin around and control the puck. Try and get it over to Field. It bounces over her stick and deflected into the air. Skarupa collides with Trevino, and it's sent back. Pirogova trying to get it out, and it will slide out of Boston's offensive zone. They have to get onside. And it looks like that might have been offside anyways. Russia's getting an offensive zone face-off out of it, so it might have been played with a high stick by Boston. Durka Chayova taking this draw against Trevino. And it will be played by Gedman. Mentioned earlier, Gedman could see some more time this season with a much different looking defense. On the practice squad for a lot of last season. When she got in, though, she made an impact. She's an excellent shot blocker. Trevino trying to get it in. Instead, Russia will gain control of it with Shakina trying to force it out, and they'll finally get it out. High slot, in front, shot. Ott able to put her stick down and make the save. Looked like that was Pirogova in there. Now Pirogova up ice, trying to defend against Dempsey, and Dempsey causes Krysiakov to lose her stick. Instead, it'll go over to Elizabeth Parker now, playing down low. Excuse me, that's Mary Parker, who should be down low at the forward. Sent all the way down, and Ott will glove it before it can go behind her net. So 6:16 to go in the opening period. No score yet. Ott's had to be active over there. Pirogova, a defender, playing down low, getting that shot attempt off. We've seen her. We've seen Ganiva. We've seen Kaniva, Shivanova. A few players really involved in this offense from that blue line. Manji now will skate it across and send one all the way down the ice. Smelker trying to get a stick on it. Rattled back over to Mangine. Elizabeth Parker trying to get it in. In the circle, trying to get a deflection, and it's blocked away before it can be sent on net by Steryatova. Puck bouncing in dangerous territory for the Pride. Played now behind the net. On that blue line, Skiba, her shot gets on net before it can be blocked away. Almost hit Diapina in front, but Ott was able to get the pads on it first. Mangine trying to get to it, and official gets in the way for a moment, and that shot attempt hit off the skate of, looked like, Elizabeth Parker up front. Diana Kaneva causing all sorts of mayhem right in that low slot. And now losing her stick was Belyakova. Boston desperately just trying to get it out now. Russia putting all the pressure on. Kaneva, cross-ice pass. It can't be settled by Susina. Boston trying to get a rush of their own going. It's Harrington. And flipped in by Daniels. Boston down to try to play it. Schwartz in front, and it's blocked away before it can get on anyone by Belyakova. Daniels and Schwartz battling for it. It'll be sent back to Harrington, over to Kalia Johnson. Johnson, her shot gets blocked away by the foot of Belyakova. Harrington down low, carrying the puck, trying to get a backhand on in front. She can't get a stick on it. Looked like it was Janine Weber in front who just couldn't get her stick on it in the slot to try to get a backhand on with a bouncing puck. Now Russia scrambling to get it out on their own end. Shakina finally carries it out over to Durgichikova. Trying to connect in the slot with Shokina. It's blocked away, but Russia gets it back and not able to get a shot off, and now an off-angle shot that time coming from Maria Sorokina. And that will cause another face-off to the right of Brittany Ott. Boston will change up a bit, and Russia will as well. New forward line out there. Diapina taking the draw, and it'll go right over to the Boston Pride. That time carrying it across was Paige Savage. Played in the corner by Daniels. Savage now trying to control. She'll send it over to Gedman. Back down to Daniels. Daniels one-handed stick attempt and not quite able to get it to Tomaselli, so will be Diapina trying to get it out. Savage now lifts the stick and gets the puck back. Savage looking for an outlet in front. It's blocked away. Trying to get a shot down on Morozova, and she'll cover it up before the Pride can get a real chance. Nice shift coming from the rookie Paige Savage with 3:19 to go in the opening period. Savage playing on that quote-unquote fourth line tonight. Trivigno now with that top line, but speeding up front to get it is Sosina. Olga Sosina trying to skate around her defender. She gets in front. Ott comes up with a save right into the Pride crest. Sosina's shown a ton of speed, and now we have a chance to see the speed of Haley Skarupa. Skarupa, the newest acquisition, and Belyakova collides with her before she can get the shot off, and that is certainly going to be a penalty. The tripping call coming from one of tonight's on-ice officials, Tony Guglietti. Skarupa last season as a rookie was neck and neck with Alex Carpenter for the top rookie scoring and top scoring overall in the league. Skarupa with a fabulous rookie campaign with the Connecticut Whale. And now she's drawn a power play for the Pride. Russia wins the faceoff. Trivigno can't get to the puck as the body of Durkachiova was in front of her. So Russia will send it down. The Pride will have to reset. Game clock and penalty clock about a minute apart. Get our first look at this Pride power play units. Fields, Skarupa, Trivigno, that top line is Mangine now on the blue line, able to keep it in. Mangine sends it in up high. It catches her by surprise, and it's buried by Emily Field. Megan Mangine on the blue line. Nice backhander to even keep it in the zone, and she caught Morozova off guard, and Emily Fields right there to bury it. Emily Fields kind of oft forgotten on this Pride roster when you talk about the returners, but she had a great season anchoring that third line last season. Excellent face-off percentage, and she's going to be relied on, and she's getting rewarded with some first-line minutes with playing with players like Trivigno and Skarupa. So Emily Field will make it 1-0 Pride with a power play goal. Last season, the Pride power play early struggled to get going as Parker now sends it across the crease. And scary for Russia. Parker battling for it again, already seeing a big leap from Mary Parker from last season to this season. Pride able to keep it in, but it's finally forced out by Mitrofanova. Parker pokes it, trying to get it across that blue line. It is. The Pride are onside, but Mitrofanova gets it out. Now Smelker brings it in. Looking to get control of it again. Mitrofanova right into the legs of Johnson. Johnson slides it in, and it hits off the side of the net. Dempsey now trying to get it in front. Parker is right in front of the crease. Dempsey will pick it up again. Over to Johnson. Harrington's calling for it. Instead along the boards over to Dempsey. Schwartz on the ice now as well, but Russia will get it out. Belyakova, who committed the penalty, certainly looking to make up for it now. Backhand pass, the shot in, it's in. Olga Sosina, who's already caused all sorts of trouble for the Pride so far using her speed, and takes a terrific feed coming from Belyakova to tie this game up at 1 with 1:15 to go. We saw last season at times the Pride give up late period goals, and we see it again now to make this game 1-1. Yeah, Olga Sosina has had some excellent moves so far in this game. You can see her speed and stick handling ability, and a nice shot to get it past Brittany Ott. So trickling down to 1 minute to go in this period. And Russia trying to get it in, and Ott has to extend to make the save on the shot coming from Sharateva. Ganiva trying to get it over to Shokina, who holds now and sends it in for Dirikichnova, and her shot, and it's in. 2 goals for Russia in the span of only a few seconds. Nice pass from Dirikichnova to connect with Alvatina Sharateva. And Russia suddenly has a 2-1 lead with 46.5 seconds to go in the opening period. So the Pride picked up the early momentum on the power play goal. New acquisition Haley Skarupa heavily involved in drawing the power play, and then Emily Field holdover from last season burying it, and then 2 goals coming from Russia, and suddenly we have a different hockey game. 37 seconds left for the Pride to try to tie it up before the second period. Otherwise, they're going to go into this first intermission down a goal. Stearns is forced to clean it out of the crease after Russia with a few attempts, and in front once again a shot, and Ott comes up with a glove save. That was Belyakova again, and the Pride are allowing a lot of room to shoot in that slot. Boston finally able to clear it out, just 10 seconds to go. Russia, though, is feeling it. Might be looking to get one last goal. Belyakova sends it in, and Ott will hold on to it. It bounces over her stick. And that will conclude the first period of play from Warrior Ice Arena. Team Russia leads 2-1 after the Pride went up 1-0 on a power play goal, but Russia scores 2 immediately after in a span of about 30 seconds or so apart. So the score heading into the first intermission, 2-1. We'll be back for second period action at Warrior Ice Arena. Second period about to get underway from Warrior Ice Arena. Boston Pride in preseason game number 1 against Team Russia. And Russia going up 2-1 with 2 late goals. The goal scoring started with the Pride with Emily Field. Megan Mangine on the assist with her initial shot on net that created a rebound for Field. But then moments later, after that power play tally, it was all Russia. First goal coming from Olga Sosina, with assists coming from Belyakova along with Shibanova. And then a second goal coming from Alvatina Shatrieva. And those assists coming from Elena Durga-Chayova along with Anna Shakina. So all of those Russian players mentioned have all been really flying up and down the ice, especially Sosina, one of the strongest players for Russia. For Boston, things to work on include that defense in front of the slot. There's been all sorts of room for Russia, and it hasn't been on transition as much as it has been just on these settled offensive possessions where they're able to connect and get that puck into the slot, and sometimes the Pride players have had their back turned to the puck. So it's a new look defense. They've only practiced a few times. A player like Skarupa has never practiced, never even met the head coach before tonight's game after just being signed today. So this entire unit just starting to get together, and especially that defense. That top line with the goal scorer Emily Field and Haley Skarupa and Dana Trivigno back there to start the second period as the puck trickled back behind the Russian blue line. Face-offs pretty much even thus far between the two teams, and Russia appears to have iced it, but it will be icing, but Sosina doesn't like it. She really nearly won that race to get the puck back behind Brittany Ott. So Boston will get in offensive zone face-off just 15 seconds into the second period. Trivigno back on the draw, and this time she wins it. The puck trickles back, and Bender's shot gets blocked right back to her, almost out of the zone, but she's able to keep it in. Skarupa flips it over to Field. Her backhand trying to connect with anyone there, and is flipped up onto the boards. Trying to connect with Skarupa in front, back onto the blue line to Bender. Her one-handed stick tap can't connect, and the freshly Zambonied ice, if not for that, Sosina might have had a breakaway, but the puck just a little too fast to get away from her. It's held in by Russia and then finally poked out. Try and get a breakout for Trivigno, but fast puck on that fast ice once again. Belyakova looking to play it. It's popped up by Lexi Bender. It goes into the Russian zone, but it's offsides. Trying to get it out, and Russia will play. I'm not sure the alternate captain, Drigya Kachova, knew that puck was offside. Second line for Boston onto the ice. Jillian Dempsey taking the draw with Smelker and Mary Parker. Mentioned it briefly in the first period, but Mary Parker's made a huge leap from last season after signing right out of Boston University. Here's Parker now. Pass over to Dempsey into her skates, and she puts it in. Right on cue, Mary Parker with a really nice pass, and Dempsey so quick to get it out of her skates and onto her stick, and we have a tie game. Jillian Dempsey with the number change, but still able to put the puck in the net. Mary Parker getting the assist on a nice pass, and Parker's interrupted with a couple of nice plays, trying to mention how last season it looked like there was some adjustment in her first playoff game, and now that puck trickles in on net and it's blockered away by Morozova. Morozova and Brittany Ott both still in net, by the way, for this preseason game. Wouldn't be surprised to see a goalie change for Boston at some point just to mix it up. Elizabeth Parker playing in now. She's behind the goal line. Now over to Jordan Smelker. This line has created a lot of mayhem for Russia so far. Sosina trying to get it in her own offensive zone. Johnson there, and she just pokes it away. Sydney Daniels fast across the ice from the bench, and she'll have to dump it in. Trying to get Dempsey her trailer. Russia will end up with it. Off the stick of Diana Kaneva. So Boston will get to reset. Megan Mangine trying to get it away from Sosina, and now Kaneva with room. Kaneva, the back checker behind her, Belyakova back over to Kaniva, and she can't get a good shot off. It just slides way into the corner, and now a collision involving Janine Weber. It's sent out, but it'll be Russia getting it back with Skiba. Belyakova sends it in. And now Weber pops it up over the head of Daniels. She's able to corral it. Tries to get a shot off. It's sticked away by Ganiva. Weber trying to play it and took the stick of Skiba with her. And the puck is sent down. Won't be any icing. Might have hit a Boston stick. And Harrington back to get it. Harrington, a long pass trying to connect with Lexi Bender, and that time that is an icing. So just over 3 minutes gone in the second period. We've already seen a goal with Jillian Dempsey. So both goals for this new look Pride roster, both goals coming from players who were with Boston last season with Field and Dempsey. Boston looks to win this draw, but it's backhanded in by Ganiva. Bender trying to pin that puck against the boards, and Russia is trying to get it out. Corey Stearns in there battling for it now. And official loses sight of the puck, so we'll get another face-off. Boston will change and get their first line back out there after the icing. And it looks like the face-off might come out of the zone. And it will come right on that left face-off dot right outside the blue line. Trivigno gets her stick locked up with Derica Chinova. And Gedman will end up with it. Gedman sends it down ice. Trivigno tries to play it. She's able to get it on her stick but loses it. And Ganiva back to get it. Boston trying to force it in. And it would have been offsides, but now with some speed, Russia down ice. Derica Chinova with her shot hits high off the glass. And Russia has a few new players out on the ice. Giuppina coming out there, but with that change, Boston will get the puck back. Gagliardi up ice in a high slot, backhand behind it for Skarupa. And nice defensive play made by Sharateva to get that stick on the way down, or else would have been a nice one-timer. Deflected in front now by Emily Field on the Mangine shot in. Already seeing some instant offense coming from Megan Mangine. She's back to get it now. Russia aggressive as the Pride trying to get to clear out of their zone. Smelker gets tripped up, able to poke it ahead, but out of the reach of Dempsey. Puck trickled behind Elizabeth Parker. She's back to try to whack at it. Mangine in there as well. She's able to get it free for Dempsey. Dempsey has it pinned up. Mangine trying to get to it again against Susina. Trying to get it in front for Russia, and it will trickle out, and chasing it is Shibanova. Shibanova to her defensive partner, and Russia trying to get a clean entry. Hits off the stick of Parker. Smelker will backhand it over to Mangine, trying to get that clear. Parker can't get it out, and her sister Elizabeth back to get it from Ott. That speed goal from Susina, trying to get it in front in the slot again, and this time Dempsey there to get to it. That slot's been so dangerous for Russia so far. Dempsey battled for it. 3 members of the Pride, all their forwards up against the bench to try to poke it out, and they send it high up in the air, back behind the net. Skiba over to Ganiva to Susina. Susina trying to connect with Belyakova, and Harrington's there to get it instead. Harrington in front for Weber. Weber trying to use her speed. She'll peel off on the side of the corner. Whiffs on the pass, but now over to Daniels. Daniels can't corral it. Harrington comes in. Harrington on her backhand trying to flip it over to Weber, and it'll be picked up by Skiba. Skiba tries to send it out. It's gloved down by Harrington. Harrington sidestep. It hits off of Daniels in front. Schwartz, and save made by Marazova. And now another shot from Daniels in. It's buried by Heather Schwartz. Crazy offensive sequence for the Pride, and they have to lead after all of this. That, I'll say quote unquote third line, because these lines aren't what we're going to see in the regular season. They're mixing it up, trying to see what works, but that line that consists of Janine Weber, Heather Schwartz, and Sydney Daniels looking pretty good so far. Some nice chances in front, and the Pride really crossing the net, and Schwartz able to bury it. So after it's all said and done, Boston leads 3-2, and I think we've seen that story before. The Pride trail and come back almost as quickly as they went down. That fourth line out there now for the Pride with Tomaselli, Stearns, and Paige Savage. Stearns taking the draw. And she will win it back to Lexi Bender. Bender, her attempt in on net gets knocked down. It's kept in though. Stearns fighting for it up against the boards over to Tomaselli. Tomaselli trying to keep her stick on it as she's pushed up against those end boards. Boston battling. Tomaselli, her shot attempt blocked away and into the corner. Stearns there to try to get a stick on it. It's whacked out by Russia, and Gagliardi tried to send it in. That attempt is blocked. Tomaselli can't quite get the pass off where she's looking for. Sosina, nice move, gets around Gedman. Olga Sosina trying to use her speed once again, and Stearns picks her pocket. Belyakova flips it back in. Sosina behind cage. Gagliardi trying to get her stick on it. Sosina once again against Gagliardi. Skiba over to her defense partner, Shibatova. Back onto that blue line. Skiba. Hard pass. Olga in front. Olga Sosina trying to flip it into that slot once again, and it slides all the way across to the other end. Sosina holds again now. Top of that circle. Belyakova able to keep it in. Savage trying to get to it. Instead it flipped over, and Tomaselli blocks it down, but Sosina gets it again. Olga Sosina all over the ice for this Russian team, and in front it's blocked away before Russia can get a real stick on it. It's kept in by Shibanova. The blast from Sosina off the pads of Brittany Ott. And we got a whistle. Not sure if the net might have been knocked off or it might be a hand pass. Sosina's arguing again. The captain for Team Russia. Won't be a hand pass because they're able to take the face-off in their offensive end again, so puck might have gone out of play. Russia frantically trying to keep it in, and somehow they do, but now Field trying to bring it across on the perimeter. Mangine races back to get it, and she will retrieve it over to Johnson. Johnson to Skarupa, her long cross-ice pass to nowhere. It's picked up by Shakina. Now carried in by Russia. Top of that slot again. Blocked away this time by Mangine. Johnson back to Mangine. Boston will try their exit out of the zone again. And Trivigno flying down ice. Trivigno trades places with Skarupa. Her shot blocked away by Geneva. Saw some serious speed from Trivigno to break loose. And Skarupa just didn't have the space in front of her defender. Field is blocked away from getting the puck into slot. Bender takes a tumble into boards. Boston trying to poke it free. It'll be Russia that comes out with it, and Harrington roving into neutral zone back to get it. Russia off for a change. Boston not quick enough to take advantage of it. Trivigno taps it in, and now Boston will go for a forward line change. Geneva sends it in to the neutral zone, and Bender able to carry it across. Bender, top of the slot. Her shot high over the crossbar. Geneva trying to get it out, and Boston will be able to retain possession. Dempsey trying to get the tap from Mary Parker, but her stick was held. Russia with it for now, and Russia's had some success getting it out from the middle of the ice, and potential 2-on-1. Elizabeth Parker back there to end that, though, and Harrington blocks the shot away. Giuppina trying to keep it in before it's picked up by Malyavako. Mary Parker trying to get it back to the defense. Harrington wasn't back there yet. She waves a stick at it and misses. Belyakova able to keep it in. Or that's Sosina. Again, Sosina peels off, tries to get in the middle on her own, and it's sticked away high into the netting. We're nearly halfway through the second period. Boston's taken a 3-2 lead with goals from Jillian Dempsey and Heather Schwartz. Schwartz getting her first as a member of the Pride. And we are going to see a goalie change now. Brittany Ott coming off for Madison Litchfield, the graduate from Vermont. Still wearing that catamount green on her goalie helmet and some of her padding as well. So Litchfield will play about half of this game, I would assume, after Ott got half of it. Geneva tried to play it into neutral zone. Parker trying to get it ahead. She controls now, gets around 3 Russians and able to get it back on the outside of the circle. Geneva, though, pushes it forward, and Russia has clear exit out before Janine Weber in the corner trying to fight for it as well. Geneva sends it back behind cage. Shakina trying to get it out. It's knocked down, but Russia still has an odd man rush as they get ahead. In front, blocked away by Heather Schwartz before it could get on the stick of one of the goal scorers in tonight's game, Alvatina Sharateva. Boston now trying to get back in. Schwartz didn't realize it's on her stick. Daniel spins around and fires. And the save was made by Morozova. Shakina bringing it in on 3-on-2. Her pass to Bilyakova goes high. It might have been blocked. Might have hit a stick of some sort in front before going high over the head of Litchfield. Trying to pinch across the boards. Now in front. Mangine trying to get it in. Getting a stick on that as well appeared to be Catherine Tomaselli. Johnson over to Stearns. Tomaselli in the offensive zone now as well. She's pinned up against those boards. Poked in front. There's some room. Shot attempt goes just wide, and it can't be poked in. Now Savage with the original shot. Mangine trying to get in front too. Now off angle from Corey Stearns, and Belyakova will come up with it. Puck played off the board, so Sina trying to get to it. She's pinched up by Mangine, but Kaniva will get some space anyways. Kaniva didn't have enough on her pass, so it'll be picked up by Haley Skarupa. Skarupa down ice. She'll have to go chase it into the corner boards. She takes the check, and Russia will come out with it. 3 trailing defenders there, and it's blocked down by the stick of Lexi Bender in the middle of the ice. Right on to Gedman. She's able to connect, and the tap pass over to Trivigno. Can't get on her stick. In front, trying to connect in the slot, and not able to get the shot off before Emily Field could take something off it. There was Giapina in front, and now Litchfield is forced to use her stick to send it into the boards. Russia with another extended offensive possession, trying to get it in that slot once again. Giapina has some space onto the blue line. The shot gets blocked away. And Trivigno will go to get it once again. Now some more room, and Litchfield comes up with a save. Boston not able to get to clear right away, but now they might have numbers down ice. Skarupa using her speed, getting around her defender, but she's pinched up against the board, loses the puck. But Field there to get it quickly. Field back to Skarupa. And it goes right onto the stick instead of Likyacheva. Shokina back into the defense for Geneva. Forwards played by Piragova. Boston aggressive with your forechecking. As Shakina trying to flip it in. It's gloved down. In front, the shot goes just wide by Sharateva. Russia could have a lot more goals in this game. They've missed wide a few times. And Boston's defense finally starting to take up some space. Checking down to 6 minutes remaining in this second period. As Dempsey goes back to retrieve it. Tries to backhand it out of the zone. Almost stays in. But Parker able to get to it. Over to Dempsey across the middle of the ice. Has a trailer behind her. It's Parker. Her shot didn't get enough on it and trickles wide. Russia will get it out. 2-on-2 if they hurry. 3-on-2 if they really hurry. Bilyakova on her trailer and can't connect with Sosina. Instead, the puck goes sent into the boards. Smelker will have some room. Or she'll go off ice as the puck trickle down into the Russia blue line. Bilyakova again. As it's backhanded back in for Kaniva. Kaniva pinned up by Johnson. Dempsey there as well trying to poke at it. So Sina will be the one to come out with it. And now Mangine back to get behind the net, looking to get Boston back in control. Daniels uses the boards to get it out. But Bilyakova and Russia are relentless trying to get it back in. Heather Schwartz, one of the goal scorers in this game. Former Syracuse player. And now Weber has it on her stick. Weber, high slot. Her shot goes wide. Just to the outside of Morozova in net. Under 5 minutes to go now for Lexi Bender to send it out. Tap pass in front. It's Weber. Weber peels off, trying to get it to Daniels, but she couldn't get around her defender there, Malyevenko. Trying to get in front, and it's sticked away by Litchfield. Daniels back to get it. Over to Bender. Harrington and Bender trade passes. Back to Harrington again. They can't get the clean clear. Bender rattles it around the board for Daniels. It pops high in the air. It's caught and sent back down by Russia and sent back in deep. Harrington and Bender back to get it once again. Bender's been playing with both Harrington and Gedman at different times. Harrington will send it in deep on her own end. And Russia trying to get Boston on the change with the defense back there quickly. Gagliardi's there. Try to block it away. And it'll be sent back into the corner. Savage there battling for it. Russia will come up with it. It's Shakina over to Geneva. Geneva top of the circle. Her blast goes wide against the boards. Russia, though, will pick up that rebound. Pirogova. Now Belyakova comes onto the ice. Pirogova up top and blocked away by Gagliardi. Gagliardi just looking to get some room and get the puck out. The defender looking to create some offense, and Shakina will hold. Shakina sends it right into the body of Gagliardi, and now she brings it in. She'll backflip it back in. Tomaselli with the pressure. Now Emily Field and her line are out there as well. Stern still a holdover from her last shift, and Field ends up with it. Bounces into the slot, but no one home. Tomaselli will try to chase Sosina. Sosina, incredible move, and Litchfield forced to poke it away with her stick. She was able to get around both Mangine and Elizabeth Parker. Now under 3 minutes, and Russia really starting to put on an offensive onslaught, so Boston about ready for the break, blockered away. And Litchfield's doing a nice job not allowing big rebounds in front, or else Belyakova might have had a nice opportunity at the doorstep. Mangine will sling it around over to Parker. Back to Mangine again, getting a lot of playing time, and Sosina gets her stick around it. She falls to the ice. Boston trying to poke it away, Belyakova, but now in front and forced to make a leg pad save is Litchfield. Mangine still desperately just trying to get it out. And finally, Boston seems to have some semblance of control of the puck. To Tomaselli. She'll flip it in the corner, and the Pride will get a much-needed line change. Almost everyone changing now. Parker with some spark off the bench, trying to get it in front, blocked away before he can get to Field. Parker gets it back on her own into the blue line. Over to Johnson up top. Johnson shot, blocked away, but it might have been tipped by Field, and it went high over the crossbar. Russia looking for some separation to back-checking coming from Parker. Trying to get that shot at the top of the slot again. Smelker able to get it away. Smelker trying to poke it past Geneva, but Pirogova will send it down ice. Anna Shakina will peel off from the red line, ticking down to just 1 minute remaining in the second period. Shakina will take it herself. Trying to get up top. It's poked away by Dempsey. Russia able to keep it in, but it goes right onto the stick of Harrington. Paige Harrington down ice. Tries to switch to her backhand. That works in Russia's favor, but now Dempsey there. Dempsey with room, and her shot gets poked. I believe that was Pirogova who got the blade of her stick on that, and that went high into the netting. So now 49.5 seconds to go in the middle frame. Boston has taken a 3-2 lead, but they know they can't exactly sit down now after allowing 2 late goals at the end of the first period to trail. Diana Kaneva takes the draw for Russia. Boston ends up winning it. Gagliardi sends it in. hoping it'll bounce off the boards, and Schwartz in front, and it trickles into the crease, but no one from Boston there. Daniels able to keep possession as she bumps up against Belyakova, and it's sent out. Gagliardi over to Schwartz. Heather Schwartz trying to connect with Daniels. He can't stay on her stick. She loses control of it. That went into the body of Sosina. Belyakova now with some room, trying to get the shot off. It's blocked away by Bender into the high glass. Russia looking for one last chance, but it'll be Boston who gets it out. Gagliardi's shot, where her pass will trickle through the Russian blue line, and Russia will be happy to let the time just run out now as the second period comes to a close from Warrior Ice Arena. Big period for the Boston Pride. Jillian Dempsey, just a couple minutes in to the opening period, ties it up at 2, or the second period that would be. A couple minutes into the second period after the opening period, and 2-1 Russia. Dempsey able to tie the game with an assist from Mary Parker. And then after, Heather Schwartz getting her first goal with Boston Pride, albeit in the preseason. So we'll head into the final period with Boston leading 3-2 over Team Russia, and we'll be back for that third period. ready to go for the third period here at Warrior Ice Arena in just a couple of minutes. Boston Pride holding on to what is now a 3-2 lead over Team Russia. Boston trailing 2-1 heading into the second period, but then a goal from Jillian Dempsey just 1:13 into the second on a beautiful pass coming from Mary Parker, knotted the game up, and a little while later Heather Schwartz getting her first goal as a member of the Boston Pride. So that's why we have a 3-2 lead right now. Both of Russia's goals coming in the opening period. At the end of that second period, Russia really put on some offensive pressure. Madison Litchfield coming in, battling for that number 2 goalie position with Brianna Lang, recent graduate from Harvard. Litchfield made a nice case for herself at the end of that period, with really calm and collected in her crease, even as the puck trickled right by her. A couple of times where it was some real dangerous territory, and Litchfield did a real nice job. So waiting for the Pride to take the ice. We'll see if she's back between the pipes or if Lang will get an opportunity, but so far Litchfield looks pretty good out there. Boston defense also cleaned it up a little bit in front of that slot, but at the end of the second it looked like they might have gotten a bit worn down, because Russia started getting those opportunities once again. And Litchfield leads the Pride back onto the ice, so she will be in the crease once more. Former Vermont Catamount, one of a few rookies playing in this game, Elizabeth Parker, who graduated a few years ago from Harvard, but technically she's the rookie in this league. We've seen Paige Savage. Her entire line hasn't been as involved in this game, so we'll see if maybe Savage in the third period will have a little more impact. Sydney Daniels had a couple of nice shots. She has a quick stick, and she's done a nice job getting a couple of opportunities on net. Schwartz, of course, the rookie out of Syracuse, looking pretty good, and Corey Stearns has been solid on the faceoffs. On this faceoff, Russia will win it back to Skiba. Russia trying to get it in. It's blocked away, and then off Belyakova's stick, it'll be sent out on the high glass. Trivigno battled for it. It'll be played by Russia once more. They'll get it in from Sosina, but the Pride will get it out. That fast ice once again that impacted the start of last period, and now we're seeing it a little bit again. Sosina brings it in, has some room. Off her back foot, the shot goes high. Sosina trying to play it behind the net once more. And Russia appear to have ended up with it, but Bender will get it on the back check. Bender now pinned up against the boards, and Trivigno trying to poke it free, but Pirogova will keep it in. Gedman back to retrieve it. Over to Field, who pokes it out over to Skarupa. Skarupa trying to get across the middle of the ice, and just barely offsides. And looked like Trivigno indeed was offsides as Skarupa carried it across. Getting our first look at Haley Skarupa, who just signed with the Pride earlier today. And so far, some real nice speed from her and some nice offensive chances, and seem to have some nice chemistry with Trivigno and Field. Russia now carries it across with Pirogova, leaves it behind her. The shot might have clipped Litchfield's glove and then went behind her. She looked at her glove as if she wasn't sure how it didn't hit it. Russia tries to play it out. It goes right into the skates of Smelker, and she sends it back into the defense. Pass goes a little bit wide of the intended target, and Gagliardi will send it in. Gagliardi skating across, off-angle shot, blockered away. Same goalie in net this entire game for Russia with Morozova in the crease. Backhand ends up in the hands of the Russian defense. That was Milyavako sending it in. Milyavako now trying to get around Mangine. Different uniforms for these teams. Russia have the names up high. Boston have the names down low on the uniform, so the names won't be blocked by some of the players with longer hair. But Russia's names blocked just a little bit with the high up names over the numbers. Russia trying to play it out now. It goes right onto the stick of Janine Weber, and her shot whistles high. Sosina was Direct pass out of the zone, and Russia will carry it in, have some space, and nice stick lift coming from Johnson to prevent a chance in front. Sosina gets it just wide of Johnson's stick. Held on from behind, and Sosina can't get her stick on, and it looked like it got caught in the uniform of Weber. Russia back to play, and now it's Skiba, and it trickles high off of the stick of Sosina, who will finally change. She's on the ice an awful lot, the captain for Team Russia. Russia looking for a breakout. Instead, it's sent into Harrington's possession. She'll send it in deep. Tomaselli's line's out there with Stearns and Savage. That line looking to have a little more impact in this game. Pirogova trying to send it in. Almost icing, but Russia a little faster to the puck, and Litchfield forced to play it out. Savage now being pinched up against the boards. And the puck will trickle in. Tomaselli looks to get it, but Geneva stopped short and caught Tomaselli off guard. She overskated it, so Russia now will get a clean breakout. Shativa, who has one of the goals for Russia. Her pass to no one. Litchfield leaves it behind for Gagliardi, looking to reset. Russia's forechecking has been impressive. Boston's had a little bit of trouble clearing at times. That time, the puck is deadened by the stick of Stearns by mistake. Boston will play it in deep and go in for a full change. We've seen on these Boston changes, too, Russia try to take advantage of it and move down ice. They're trying to do it again, but Boston's in good position right now. Shot goes right into the stomach of Litchfield, and she'll cover up in. Clock stops at 15:42 here, so just over 4 minutes gone in this third period. Boston will take a defensive end face-off. That last shot coming from Giapina. Russia wins his face-off, and the slap shot gets blocked in front of Litchfield. Field trying to get it to Skarupa, but the pass is behind her. Russia back to get it. Stick lost for a moment by Emily Field. Her and Trivigno trying to get it across. Trivigno there, and her pass goes right into two Russian defenders. Russia's did a nice job double-teaming some key Boston scorers in front at times, sometimes smothering Boston, especially on that perimeter, and they can't get to that open ice. And as we saw last year with the Pride, they can move with some open ice. Now a great move coming from Team Russia there. That was Lydia Maliakavako in front of the slot. Now Boston pushing forward. It's Trivigno. She rattles it behind. Mangine with that impressive preseason debut for the Boston Pride. Russia able to get it out of trouble, but Skarupa's there. She banks it off the boards. Trivigno taps it behind her for Field, but it'll get back into the stick of Skiba. Skiba to Belyakova, looking to get that breakout again on a Boston change. Sosina tried to get it back to Belyakova, but it's broken up by Skarupa, so Boston will get it out. Skarupa still on the ice with Jillian Dempsey's line. Dempsey trying to leave it for Skarupa, but it will pop up. Russia tried to get it out. Dempsey able to get to it first. It's glove down by Russia, and Geneva behind the net for Pirogova, trying to send a long outlet pass to Belyakova, but nice defense coming from Kalaya Johnson. Mary Parker down ice alongside Smelker. Puck bounces away before either one of them can get a chance on net. Johnson now trying to just flip it in. Parker will get the rebound off the boards. In front, a shot, save made. Morozkova off guard. Smelker in a nice position to get the rebound off the funny bounce from the boards. So 13:45 to go. Boston looking to hang on to a 3-2 lead. Russia's offense won't go away. Boston now looking for some extended zone time, if for nothing else, to put the pressure off a little bit. Gedman's shot gets blocked away, sent down ice. Russia's going for the home run path right now. More than one. Gedman back to retrieve it. Puck skipped past Shakina. Smelker trying to get it in. Puck pinned by Russia. It was in the skates of Smelker, and Russia able to get it out. Shakina racing for it. Bender with the one-handed whack. Kaneva in front, and it's put in by the Russians. That offense for Russia had all sorts of room to work with, and they finally catch the Pride off guard. There with Alvatina Shtariva, once again her second goal of the game. The puck was sent down ice by Shakina, who's had a lot of those long stretch passes, so we're all tied up once again with 13:10 to go into third period. Janine Weber out there to take the draw with her third line unit. That includes Sydney Daniels along with Heather Schwartz. So Russia on the attack once again. Skiba will peel off. As Russia has been aggressive this entire game. They force it back out now. Couple of times they've had 3 skaters up ice. There's only the 2 Boston defenders there to get it. Gagliardi makes a nice play to block an attempt by Sosina. She uses the boards to pass it to herself. In the end boards. Sosina might be the fastest one to it. And Daniels will finally get it out. Could be a 2-on-1 if the Pride hurry. Janine Weber with room. Her shot. Save made by Morozova. Nice glove save. She knocked it down with her glove and then covered it up with 12:22 to go here as we inch towards halfway through this final period of regulation. Sosina has been just excellent with her stick work, causing all sorts of problems for the Boston Pride. Russia now will look to send it out once again. Bit of a collision between 2 Russians on the blue line. Mangine and Johnson. Both trying to get it out. 2 righty shots on the defense together. Mangine tried to force it in on her own. And the puck will trickle in to the Russian defensive zone. Tomaselli battles for it. Stern comes up with it. Stern's pass into the slot for Savage. It's knocked away. Savage not moving her feet, and a couple of the Russians able to get to it first. Duyapina brings it in, blocked by both Boston defenders, both back there on Duyapina together. The shot goes wide. It might have deflected off a Mangine. Shot coming from Pirogova. Dangerous as it just skids right past Litchfield in front of her crease. No one put a stick on it. And now Stearns will send it over to Savage. Savage forces it in. Pirogova back to get it. Skarupa, the forechecker up front. Also aggressiveness coming from Trivigno. Harrington trying to force it out of the blue line. In front, Belyagova's shot goes wide. Bender kind of blocked the vision point there in front of the net. Now up ice for the Pride. In front trying to connect with Trivigno for the tip. It gets blocked away. Field to get it to Trivigno again. Nice pass over to Field trying to connect with Bender, and it goes wide. Bender able to keep it in. Back to get it. Skarupa trades places with Bender, and Belyagova will get it out. Belyagova just out of the reach of Sosina, and Litchfield will wisely cover it up. So 10.5 to go now. And if Sosina was able to retrieve that pass, she would have been off to the races. With a nice pass from Belyakova. The two of them have been, can't stress enough how all over the ice those two have been his entire game. Boston wins this draw as Gagliardi will try to flip it out. A puck finds some open ice. Made a Smelker line back out there. In years past, that Smelker line was her on the wing with Hillary Knight and Brianna Decker. Now that line includes Jillian Dempsey and Mary Parker. Smelker missed one of the playoff games last season, and the Pride offense missed her while she was out. Russia will bring it in. Now Yavako, and the shot goes high over Litchfield. Gedman tried to get it out, tried to get a glove on it as well. Dempsey back to get it. She plays it behind the goal line and leaves it for Gedman. Marissa Gedman off her back foot trying to connect with Smelker. Puck will trickle down, no icing. Massive players behind the net, 3 for Russia, 3 for the Pride, and Russia will come out with it Standing tall in front of that blue line, though, is Elizabeth Parker. Won't let it get by her. Dempsey trying to get it out of the skates, but it will be Russia that comes up with it again. Russia winning a lot of puck battles. One of the reasons this game's tied, and that time, though, Russia will ice it. So Boston will get some fresh skaters on the ice, and Russia forced to keep theirs on. We are under 10 minutes now. Now would be the time. We'll usually get a media timeout, but with the icing, we'll get to face off first. Weber takes the draw. She loses it back into Russia. Russia starting to win a lot of these face-offs late. Carried across, shot blocked away by Elizabeth Parker. Losing her stick was Duyapina. We get a whistle, and now we will get that media timeout with 9:13 to go. We'll recap the scoring quickly. Emily Field was the power play goal on a Megan Mangine assist, the 17:35 mark of the opening period. Russia scored 2 goals within about 30 seconds of each other. The first one coming from the Russian captain, Olga Sosina, with assists coming from Belyakova and Shibanova. And then the next goal coming from Alvatina Shtareva. Assists there from Elena Durgachiova, along with Anna Shakina. Mentioned earlier, all those players have been pretty excellent for Team Russia. After that, Jillian Dempsey, 1:13 into the second period, tied the game up. And a few moments later, Heather Schwartz gave Boston their second lead of the game, 3-2. First lead since Russia went up. And then the second goal scorer for Russia, Alvatina Sharateva, able to tie this game up in the third period. So that's where we are at now, is about a little more than halfway through the third period. We've seen, and this is a different Boston team than last year, but last year they were able to score in bunches, and we saw 2 goals in the second period. So that offense is capable. The shot in front might have hit the side of the net. Litchfield didn't react. Belyakova takes the tumble behind the net, along with Trivigno, and the puck trickles into dangerous territory, but Emily Field able to get it out. Field in a race for it, and Skiba will play it in the blue line for Russia. Belyakova, blind pass. Skarupa takes a hit, and we'll have to take the puck back. It might have been offside for the Pride. Skarupa with the pass over to Trivigno. Trivigno looking for space, leaves it behind for Field, and that puck pops a mile up in the air, out of play. Well, Skarupa hasn't had any time at all to practice with his Pride team, but the chemistry with Emily Field and Dana Trivigno has been pretty excellent so far. That line's been easily the best of the night, and that's saying that with Smelker, Dempsey, and Parker having a solid night as well. That's the line that's out there right now. As Dempsey takes the draw, the puck is pinned up against the boards. It trickles into the stick of Harrington, and her shot fires into the glass. Russia looking for another home run pass. Gagliardi able to get it and flip it in. Boston's been content to flip the puck in and go back and retrieve it, while Russia's had a lot more space to work with on some of their passes on their entries. Russia will ice it again. Harrington back to get it. Go to third icing for Russia in this period. So Boston once again will get another line out there. It'll be their third one with Weber, Schwartz, and Daniels. Janine Weber had a great season with New York last year. Boston hoping she's instant offense again this season. They're happy to see her after she scored a couple of goals against them last year. Happy to see her in black and gold this season. Mangine spins around and will get the puck in. Forecheck coming from Weber. Geneva will try to push it forward. Shakina gets a stick on it, but it works in favor of the Pride. Daniels across. Sydney Daniels, her shot goes wide of the crease. Weber, the forechecker. As Boston shortened its bench, its first line comes out there into rotation where the fourth line usually would have come out. Schwartz trying to get her stick on it and knock down Paragova in the process. Bender rattles it around the board for Johnson. Kalia Johnson trying to connect with Field. Her stick is lifted. Weaver still out there. She was going after it, and now Bender's shot goes wide of the crease. Johnson pinches up to keep it in, and she didn't fall into the boards. Boston could have kept possession, and they do anyways with Field back to get it. Nice extended zone time now for Boston. Field in front, can't connect with Skarupa, and the puck will trickle out of the blue line. Bender back to get it. Boston can catch Russia on a change, a little too eager as Skarupa would have been offsides. Now Russia across, blocked away by Bender at first. The second shot didn't have much on it. It went wide. Tripped up. Looked like that was Trivigno. No call. We've actually only seen that one penalty this entire game as Litchfield was sent into the corner. I mentioned it earlier, but Litchfield's rebound control has been excellent. So Siena trying to connect with Belyakova in front, and nice defense from Bender to clog up that slot. Skiba blasts it in. It's blockered away by Litchfield. Skarupa trying to use her stick to get around multiple Russians, and she's finally able to get it out. And it's sent out of the zone onto the red line. Field can't get control of it. Skiba now brings it in, trying to get around Johnson, and she gets it out. So Siena tripped up a bit by Smelker, still able to hold on to the puck. Her stick handling is incredible, but now a 2-on-1 if Boston hurries. Mary Parker in front, backhand attempt goes wide from Smelker. The defender trailing her might have made enough contact to cause that shot to go wide. Dempsey can't keep possession as Rush is right there to get the puck. Gagliardi right in front of the penalty boxes. Now Smelker gets it in, and she tumbles over along with the Russian defender. Gagliardi, her blast goes wide. In front, there's some room, and the save is made. The shot from Parker hit right off of Morozova. Keep this game tied up. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation. And Boston's starting to find some of their footing offensively. Some of that chemistry might be building up with some of these new players. Kaniva tried to connect in front, and the shot goes just wide. On the rebound, it went right across the crease. That would have been the third goal for Sharatavea. And it went wide of Litchfield's crease. It actually went behind her. Now circling is Shakina. Over to Pirogova at the top of the circle, and Litchfield did not see that puck before it hit off of her glove. Geneva with his extended possession for Russia. Boston trying to finally get it out, and they will. And it gets into the possession of Weber. Janine Weber over to Field, who pokes it in, and Boston will go for the line change. Now the top line coming out there again. Lots of time late in this one. Whiffing on the shot is Geneva, and Boston jumps all over that. Trivigno gets possession, and she's swarmed by Belyakova. Trivigno can't hit Field in between the hash marks. Bender will pinch up, trying to connect in front. Trivigno goes wide of her. So Siena clashes with her in the board to try to get possession, and she'll get it out. Belyakova all sorts of room. Bender on her, but her shot goes high. Puck rolls around the top of the board before trickling out to Skiba. Bounces over the stick of Shibanova. Skarupa, Field had entire line actually out there on the forecheck. Pinching up Harrington to keep it in. Skiba back to try to hold it. Over to Shibanova and Belyakova. So Siena will get it in. Trying to connect, but Smelker, nice back checking from the forward. In the corner, the puck gets loose over to Dempsey. Now under 3 minutes. Dempsey's pass dangerous. Bounces right into the slot. Rushes right there. And a shot from Belyakova. She never settled that puck, so that never went anywhere. Gagliardi, no. The defender working down low, trying to get it away from Geneva. But it will be Shakina who will get it out, looking for some space. In front, a shot goes right into the new Boston Pride crest on the chest of Madison Litchfield. That was Alvatina Shadariva once again having a couple of chances to go for the hat trick for Russia. Under 2.5 to go. And we might be getting a timeout. And it will be Russia who called the timeout. Seeing both teams shorten their benches a little bit late in this one. Seeing that first line out there an awful lot, and why not with the excellent play coming from Skarupa, which should surprise no one. She had an amazing rookie campaign with the Connecticut Whale last season. Skarupa in 16 games last year was Connecticut's leading scorer. She was going up against Alex Carpenter all year long for top scoring for rookies. She had 11 goals last season on 81 shots to lead Connecticut. Back in action here, and Litchfield can't glove the shot, so it'll go wide of her. Played on by Kalia Johnson, one of multiple Boston College Eagle alums on this roster. Shariva, the blast coming from Shakina goes high off the glass. Field will try to poke it out, and she does. Skiba over to her defensive partner, and Skiba back again, but gets lost over her stick. Trevino, the forechecker. Under 2 to go. It's sent down ice. So Sienna tried to get around Bender and cannot. Bender gets a stick on it, and it's sent out. Russia definitely carrying the pace of the offense right now, and they'll ice it actually. So with under a minute and a half to go, 1:28 here in the third, Boston's going to get an offensive zone faceoff and an opportunity to have a settled offensive possession. Dempsey on the draw with Parker and Smelker out there, Mangine and Gagliardi. So a lot of offensive options for the Pride. Mangine wins the draw, tries to sneak it in for Dempsey. Played on to boards by Parker. Dempsey finally gets to it, tries to get in front. It'll trickle back to Mangine. Mangine looking for an outlet. She'll rattle it back behind the boards. It's played by Skiba. And that might end that offensive possession. Sent out for Gagliardi. She tries to flip it in, but can't get it around Sosina, so Russia's going to have some room now. Sosina trying to dangle around, and it's in front. It has to be sticked away by Litchfield. In front for Belyakova, and an extended leg save coming from Litchfield. So now Boston looking for a last rush. Shakina off the bench, able to get to it before Parker can. So maybe it'll be Russia was the last attempt. Gagliardi will dump it in. And Paragova will play it. Paragova down to Shakina. And Paragova again. That's one thing these Russians have done excellent is their passing game is top notch. Kaniva looking for an outlet in front. It trickles off of the skate. And now Paragova sends it in. Shoulder save made by Litchfield. Shakina will blast it right off the feet of Janine Weber. Weber down ice now, looking for a chance. Weber with some room to shoot, and she does, and it goes high, stick side. Clock's going to tick down, and that will end that. So we'll head to overtime. So 3-3 at the end of regulation. We'll head to overtime now. And Madison Litchfield has to be one of the stories of this game. After the Pride lost Lauren Slobodnik, the backup goalie last season, who played a lot and made a big impact on the Pride roster, they weren't sure who we were going to see behind Brittany Ott this season. They signed Brianna Lang, the rookie out of Harvard, and Madison Litchfield out of Vermont, and Litchfield mighty impressive early on in this game. Mentioned earlier, just calm, collected in the crease despite the puck flying at her. So a couple of really nice saves from Litchfield, keeping Boston in this. And the Pride still getting used to their roster, and that's kind of every team in this league right now. There's been so much turnover with so many players going to centralization with Team USA, so a lot of turnover everywhere. Boston's ended up with a lot of good free agents, so they're in good shape. But they're still all getting used to each other, especially some of the rookies like Daniels and Savage, along with, of course, Heather Schwartz and Corey Stearns and Elizabeth Parker. So far, as well, Megan Mangine looking like an excellent addition as a free agent from the Connecticut Whale. Teams will switch sides. We'll get some 4-on-4 action. The Pride will send out 2 defenders in Kalia Johnson and Lexi Bender. Haley Skarupa and Dana Trivigno to forwards. Durga Chayova taking the draw for Russia, and they'll win it. So Sina, of course, she's one of the 4 for Russia, will get it, and she'll try to skate it in. So Sina trying to get around Johnson. She slides behind the net. Still holds into the blue line over to Shibanova. Shibanova trying to connect with Sosina. It's blocked by Trivigno. That shot attempt blocked by Skarupa. She's blocked from getting to the puck. Earlier, there might have been a breakout. Trivigno tries to leave it behind, but she can't. So dangerous with Sosina right there. It might be a 2-on-1, but Trivigno did a nice job to block her up. Gagliardi back to get it. Quick changes for these teams, but Skarupa still remains out there for the Pride. She'll take the pass from Gagliardi. Skarupa trying to muscle her way around Belyakova, but Russia will end up with it. Pirogova down ice. 1-on-3 on her end, but Gagliardi back to get it in the corner. Gagliardi gets tripped up, sends it to Smelker. Jordan Smelker back to Gagliardi, and Mangine on the other side. Mangine connects with Emily Field. Field loses it, Mangine back to get it. Gagliardi now trying to connect with Smelker, who might have been held a bit by Shakina, who now holds the puck. Shakina over to Skiba. Is across the red line, and now the blue line. Litchfield backing up on her heels and able to control the puck once more. 3.5 to go now in overtime. Gagliardi, you can see the snow building up as she tries to move the puck. No Zamboni before the overtime period. Smelker now trying to retain possession. And it will be Russia to come up with it. It's Diana Kaniva. Kaniva's shot blocked away by Bender, and now some numbers maybe down ice for the Pride. Dempsey with speed. She'll pull up, try to get around, and in the slot, it's hit away. Johnson, though, top of the circle, her shot blocked away and just out of the reach of Mary Parker. Parker tries to get to it, and the puck will get out of the zone and be held by Johnson. Over to Bender. Boston keeping their same line out there. Russia going for the change, though. Might be some room for Parker. Mary Parker down ice. Her stick is held. Her shot goes right through the crease. Nice defense from Russia to prevent Parker from getting a clean look. Gagliardi is now the Pride are on the attack. Gagliardi behind for Parker. She loses it. Belyakova looks to come up with it. And it will be Sosina and Belyakova 2-on-1. Sosina with room. Her pass gets blocked away by Mangine. Sosina, though, still hard on the puck. But it'll be Heather Schwartz getting some time. Out on the 4-on-4, and big collision. And down on the ice is Janine Weber, just barely getting up, and she heads on to the bench. Trivigno comes out for her. The pass hits off the stick of Trivigno up high. And Russia looking for that home run pass once again. Bender's there as well, trying to block it away, and the save is made by Litchfield. Madison Litchfield having a heck of an NWHL debut, and patted on the back by Kalia Johnson. So 1:43 to go in overtime, and Litchfield keeping the Boston Pride alive in their preseason opener. Trivigno looks to win the draw, but right in the slot. Russia able to get the shot off. Goes wide, and Boston gets to clear, but Skarupa sends it right on to the stick of Shakina. Pirogova down ice, over to Shakina. Skates backwards, back over to Pirogova. Her shot goes wide. And it's sent all the way back down in front of the Boston bench. Puck played by Nikoleva. Over to Skiba. Nikoleva holds. Over to Giapina. Giapina will peel off into the side of the circle and try to give it a puck off to Kaniva. It'll be Smelker who comes out with it. Under a minute now for Smelker and Skarupa and the Pride to try to win this one. Puck trickles over to Mangine. Her shot goes through the crease. Gagliardi looks like she's going to whack at it, but then she softly sends it in for Smelker. Skarupa's there in front trying to connect with Mangine. Skarupa gets it back to puck pops up in the air, and Russia able to get it out. Kaniva brings it in, under 30 seconds to go. Kaniva has it against the boards. She leaves it over for Belyakova. Mangine able to poke it out. But Russia's right there. Belyakova gets it back, under 10 seconds to go. Sofina's on the ice now as well. Belyakova can't get it to her, but Sofina gets to it anyways. Shibanova looking for final shot. It gets blocked away. That'll end overtime. So 3-3 between Russia and the Pride. So we'll head to a shootout. How about that? First preseason game of the year for the Boston Pride. And we'll find out what their shootout lineup might look like. See if they use any of the new players. I'm sure we'll see someone like Haley Skarupa, and we'll see how Litchfield matches up. Of course, it'll be Olga Sosina taking the opening shot, or maybe not. She's the captain out there talking along with Jillian Dempsey. It would make sense if Sosina would take the opening shot with the skills she has. Dempsey's still out there as well. The officials talking to both captains. Morozova also having a nice game in net for Team Russia, so we'll see who's going to shoot first. And it will be the Boston Pride, and Haley Skarupa, her first night in a Boston Pride uniform, will take the opening shootout attempt. Skarupa down ice, her shot, and she buries it. Former Connecticut Whale, now certainly a member of this Boston Pride. Shootout goal for Haley Skarupa. Now it will be Belyakova for Russia, and she's had an excellent night as well, so why not? Belyakova curves around a bit from the circle between the hash marks. Her shot goes wide. Litchfield doing a nice job taking up the space and forced a wide shot. So 1-0 Pride in the shootout, and Heather Schwartz. She had the goal in this game, and third liner will be rewarded with a shootout attempt. Schwartz across the blue line. She slows up a bit to her forehand, and save made by Morozova. So Russia now a chance to tie it with their second attempt, and who else but Olga Sosina. Sosina curves around, backhand to forehand, hesitation, and she puts it in on the backhand. Again, her stick work's been amazing all night, so we're all tied up, and we'll have a defender here with Alyssa Gagliardi getting the attempt. Gagliardi will look to take the lead. All tied up at 1 right now. Gagliardi in on net, her shot, and sticked away by Morozova. So now Russia will have a chance to win it. See who the Russians bring out, and it will be Anna Shokahina. She has the second assist on the second goal tonight. Shokina across hash marks, her shot, and she puts it in. Anna Shokina with the shot for Russia take the 2-1 lead, and that will end it. Didn't seem like anyone quite knew for a moment, but that will give Russia the win over the Pride. So the Pride drop their preseason opener 4-3 in a shootout. Boston going up early, 1-0, falling behind again, taking the 3-2 lead, and Russia tying it up, forcing overtime, forcing the shootout. Skarupa able to score the first goal of the shootout, but after that, not able to bury another chance. Morozova coming up big with a couple of saves there at the end, and Russia able to pull it out. So Sina able to tie up the shootout, and mentioned earlier what a fabulous night she had before Anna Shakina giving Russia the win. But these teams will face off again on Saturday night to conclude the Pride preseason before their opener the next week at the Prudential Center against the Metro Riveters. But for now, that will end our night here from Warrior Ice Arena. Thank you for watching the NWHL preseason tonight between the Boston Pride and Team Russia. I'm Marissa and Jemmy. Thanks again for watching, and have a great night. We'll see you Saturday.